5% serious, 90% nonsense, and the other 5% yet to be determined. I'm Liam Knight.
My name is Toby Rudolph.
And I don't know what I'm doing.
What are we doing?
We are stuck in the middle.
A Stuck in the Middle podcast, it's the shit.
That's it.
Yeah,
Yes.
yeah.
You're an idiot for not watching it. All this nonsense.
100%?
This shit talking out. Yeah, this is out there.
Are you sure? Stuck in the middle, baby.
Yeah, stuck in the middle, baby girl. Welcome to a new show of Stuck in the Middle with Bryan Fletcher. Looks like you're a bit stuck in the middle of that couch, mate.
I don't mind this, boys. Thank you for having me. Let's get into it first, though. I've got two questions. First question is stuck in the middle. What does it mean?
Well, as you can see, me and Toby are unfortunately stuck in the middle with the plebs and the unskillful players. We got shafted there sort of early on in our
Positionally on the
careers.
field.
Positionally,
front
yeah.
row.
No, middles.
Gotcha.
Yeah. We're stuck there, and also, we're stuck in this little thing called life, trying to figure out our next move and figure out our way forward.
Oh, okay. So it's a metaphor as well.
Yeah.
Second question, what the fuck is the go with the Steve Jobs?
Mate, you go, Toe.
Firstly, thank you so much for the question. And I'd just like to thank you for being on the show at all, for coming on here, being our first guest. So thank you so much. I really appreciate it. Now, Bryan Fletcher, 170 NRL games.
Whoa. Turtleneck.
Mate, we like your shirt. You have a really good outfit today, low-tech socks.
And thanks for coming on, man. I really appreciate
Mate, we
you coming
really do
on. Thank
appreciate
you.
you coming on,
Such a
yeah.
good bloke, man, honestly. Bryan Fletcher, 170 NRL games, 14 State of Origins, 13 test matches, and 9 working fingers. How do you feel after your lovely career?
Thank you very much.
Yeah.
They actually 10 working fingers.
10 working fingers.
One's just dog shit.
Yeah.
Can you stop pointing at me, please? We're just having a
It's a
conversation.
bit like that.
You're looking at
I
that
wish
way.
my cock looked like that.
Yeah.
That
Why
would
would
be-
you call it like that?
Just, bit
Bit of angles? Bit of something, mix it up.
Yeah.
Yeah, hit the deeper corners.
Yeah.
Fair enough.
Yeah.
I'm just
Right
making
in the
some notes
dog.
here.
As you can see, we do really appreciate you coming on this show. We even have run sheets and special clipboards. The first time around.
I could see
As
it.
you can see, we're really professional.
See that?
That's Toby with his legs. That's that run sheet.
Right.
Mate. Yeah, stick figure. I'm a really good drawer. I'm a passionate artist, so we do really appreciate you coming on. We are ready.
Yeah.
And
good point, yeah.
the biggest question I think me and Toby and a lot of people want to know is how much in exact dollars and cents cash did you get at the Roosters?
What is it with, like, well, I'm not speaking out of school here, but you blokes better be careful because you both come from clubs where I've got no proof, but I'm sure certain players would be getting paid under
Not
the
me,
table.
mate.
Are
Not
the
me, mate.
Sharks, you reckon?
Fucking oath.
We got no money.
I know you got no money, but what about your morals? You weren't there then.
I was not there then. No.
You were fucking doing some shit. Not you personally.
Yeah.
Shady club, obviously.
No, I can categorically.
Yeah, nice.
Categorically
Vehemently deny.
That's not how
tell
you say that
you
word.
no cash under the table
All right. So how did you spend the cash
for
when you got
Bryan.
it?
For Bryan.
So you got $0, but how did you spend it when he gave it to you?
How'd you forge a house worth $1 million in 2002?
Just worked hard.
Really?
Worked hard.
Yeah, well, you can't pay cash. Who's going to?
2002 you might be able to. That was before I was born.
Who knows? Yeah.
Apparently, people who do get cash,
Apparently.
i.e., drug dealers,
Yeah. And other Roosters players.
plumbers,
Yeah.
Plumbers.
Yeah.
any trade, you fix up your house with it. So you pay tradesmen. Tradesmen love cash.
Yeah.
Your house does look very nicely renovated.
Well,
Yeah,
I'm a
it
plumber
does,
by
yeah.
trade.
You're a plumber by trade.
So I've
Give
got,
yourself cash.
I've got friends in high places.
Yeah, right. Okay.
No cash.
Is
No
it true that
cash.
Nick Politis actually had a word to you and said stop doing these jokes on Matty John show?
Yes, that was at.
I thought so, yeah.
Like a mafia call? Or
No.
So-
It was at George Piggin's testimonial. It was for George. It was at the juniors, and I just started working on Fox, probably a year or two in, and Nick called me over like that. I went, oh shit!
Was it instant fear?
Yeah, still scares me.
Yeah.
And he come over like that,
He's a scary dude,
and he
he?
said,
old girl,
You got a big aura about him.
he said, "Hey Fletch, Vanessa, who I think was the girlfriend at the time, they might be married now. She wants to meet you." And I hadn't met her before, and she goes, "Just keep doing what you're doing on the show. I love it.
Yeah.
It's so good. Keep bagging the Roosters." And Nick's hanging there like that. And I'm going, is this fair income here? What's going on here?
Yeah.
And Nick goes, "Yeah, she apparently she likes it, but I don't. Stop making fun of the Roosters." But yeah, we continue to. I don't really do it. It's the other fucking palookas
No, but you used to do it
I
so
feel
much.
like you were
and
at
sort
the
of,
forefront of all the jokes.
Yeah,
like
yeah.
The,
We did
the
come up with
sombrero
we
and
did
the-
come up with a sombrero.
Yeah.
yeah, that was good.
That was instead of a cap, we had the sombrero one.
Yeah.
That sort of
Oh, that was the joke. I never
That
got
was the
that.
joke.
Yeah, I
Yeah.
never got that.
because the professor, the
Because
professor,
there's plenty more room under the sombrero.
Yeah.
So the professor, James Rochford, he said, "What do you call this?" And it was a cap. He said, "Most clubs have this,
Yeah.
which is a celery cap. Try and get underneath it." So Gordon Hindy came under the cap, but it doesn't really work, does it? So it's better if you come under this, and it was the big sombrero.
Okay, that makes
And they
sense.
picked up on it.
Yeah.
No, it's just a lot of jealousy from outside people outside.
Yeah, of course.
Outside clubs, outside noise.
Yeah.
Outside noise.
Yeah.
I mean, the Roosters have been quite successful.
Yeah, they have
Bit
been.
of
And,
tall poppy syndrome.
tall poppy
It's just
syndrome.
like- Yeah, it's unfortunate.
Categorically.
You
That's
said,
the word.
Categorically. You said that again. That's a suspicious categorically.
It is, yeah. You said before you were a plumber.
I was.
You currently still are you licensed still?
No,
or-
I didn't get my license. I left school. I didn't like school. So Mum said to me,
Where'd you go to school, by the way? Sorry,
Christian
bro.
Brothers Bondi.
Okay, that's not school
you
anymore,
Christian?
is it?
Not a school anymore. I'm Catholic.
Catholic.
Okay,
Churchgoer.
No, Mum still goes to mass. She froths on it.
Yeah.
nice.
Yeah, I'm not sort of
More into the devil.
got out of that.
Yeah.
No, I still believe in God, but I don't know how true it is. Anywho,
Yeah,
not going to start
too
that
deep,
sort of
too
shit.
deep.
Too deep.
That's,
Go on.
yeah. Bit of
And the option was you can leave in year 10 or and get a trade, or you can go to year 11, 12. And I said, I'm down. I'm out.
Yeah.
Became a plumber.
Tell you what, that tent sounds pretty appealing. What tent? Where was the tent?
What tent?
You said live in the tent or go to get a trade. Where was the tent?
Let's say 10.
Leaving year 10.
Leaving year 10.
Sorry, I'm dyslexic. My bad.
Leaving in year 10.
Leaving year 10 to go
Sorry.
live in a tent or go get a plumber
Yeah,
trade.
yeah,
Yeah.
one of the
Became a
two.
plumber. Yeah, it was good.
Yeah,
but
mate.
then, so the thing was, like I was earning, so when I was 15, left at 15, I was earning like $150 a week.
Mm.
And mates who were still at school, they were getting fucking nothing. So I had all the cash.
They were still in the rat race.
Yeah. So I was just fucking living it. Living
Yeah,
it
right. Were you shouting the boys, were you?
Yeah, so we'd all meet at the diggers at Bondi Diggers, and I remember this, like a schooner was $1.80.
No way.
Schooner was $1.80.
How old are you?
I'm 16 now,
Yeah, okay, yeah.
but no one had IDs.
Back then, yeah.
Because our mate used to run the Bondi Diggers, so we could
I think Toby was asking how old you are now. And then when
Yeah.
you said you're 16,
Oh,
I was like,
49.
you look pretty good for your
49,
age.
49.
Yeah,
Yeah,
$1.80 for a schooner. I was like,
$1.80.
Whoa.
time
Yeah.
has
the-
happened.
Yeah, bourbon and cokes were like $1. It was fucking good.
So your 150 went a long way back then. You're pretty much balling.
yeah, I had to
Yeah.
pay board. I had to pay $20 a week board.
Steve.
Yeah,
Deep, yeah.
Yeah.
but then you had petrol. Oh no, I didn't have petrol because by the time
Was it
I was
free back
17,
then?
it was my boss would pay for it. 'Cause I got a
man,
ute,
yeah.
so no
yeah.
car. I didn't have to pay for a car, and I even had one of the car phones, the first car phones.
Hey.
It didn't work, but I
Yeah,
used
you
to.
still
But,
had
but
it.
you had it, yeah.
But I used to get the lights
Yeah.
and pretend to talk, like wind the windows down.
Yeah.
And
One in front of girls at the lights.
Yeah.
Yeah, look,
Yeah,
go for our
so
serious
listen.
business meeting.
Because it was fucking. What was that movie with Gordon Gekko? Wall Street.
Wall Street.
Wall Street.
Yeah.
Wall Street was,
Yeah.
was okay. It was about
Money never sleep, whatever it is. The guy that went to jail.
and
he-
it was people
he's a
with
crook, yeah.
with the phones. Anyway,
Yeah.
I had one of the first car phones. Didn't work, but
You still had it.
I thought I was fucking the grouse.
Yeah, well, I think all the grouse too. So there you go.
Yeah.
Liam, do you want to move on to the next question since we're so organised these days?
Yeah, look, I just had to look at the run sheet. Wait up. Yeah, we're about here. Yeah, why rugby league? And obviously we've touched on, it was going to be a plumbing career for you. Why rugby league? How'd you find yourself as a rugby league player?
Well, I'm one of 7. I'm the baby of 7 kids.
Busy family.
So 4 older boys.
Very Catholic family.
No
Very
TV,
Catholic,
no
yeah.
TV back then,
No,
man.
very Catholic. So they all played footy, and I just followed in suit. Everyone, you surfed in summer and you played footy in winter.
Yeah.
That was pretty much it.
Yeah.
And maybe some cricket after you went surfing.
Yeah.
But I was just saying earlier how we're at Paddo at the moment, and this was like our little haunt when we were kids, because you'd play at Centennial Park on a Saturday, and then you'd come up here, and I played for a team called the Paddington Colts, and they were sponsored by the Paddo Inn, the pub up there,
Oh, yeah.
where you sent me before.
Well, I sent you before on a goose chase.
So
You
we
sent
used-
me there? I sent myself there, then I thought that's where we were going.
So I just followed in suit. That's what everyone did. Definitely didn't play basketball. Like, I
Yeah.
drive past parks now, and there's basketball fucking courts everywhere.
Yeah, look, I'm a dog shit basketball. Right?
Yeah.
Everyone,
You know what, though?
everyone assumes, you're
You
tall, you
would've
must play
played.
basketball when
Basketball?
you're a kid.
Yeah.
Is it because of the colour of my skin?
No.
Okay.
Yeah.
So no, it was funny, right? So I went to
Caramel at best.
yeah, I know. I went to a school visit
Yeah.
recently and with the Sharks.
But how was living and growing up in Bali? Was it good?
In Rio de Janeiro.
Yeah. Mumbai is good at this time of year.
Yeah, Calcutta, give it a go. Try it.
Yeah, Sri Lanka. What's it like? What's Sri Lanka like? The beaches are really nice.
People, as I was saying, so when I went to a Sharks school visit recently, we asked the kids, how many of you guys play soccer? The whole everyone in their hall put their hand up. How many of you guys play basketball? Same thing, everyone put their hand up. How many people play league? 5 or 6 kids. Yeah. So it seems like, I don't know if the mums are getting scared, dying out. I think
they'll come around when the parents grow up a little bit and get a bit older.
The parents are going down these days.
We want to get hit and get.
It is like soccer as a kid. All my girls played soccer, but they grow out of it.
Oh, I do. Okay.
And if you're a boy, you're just seeing the Tedescos, the Knights, the Rudolphs of the world. So kids they brush soccer.
Yeah. Okay.
Yeah, and they realise there's more out there for them. Beautiful code of rugby league.
Well, it is. It's a terrific game. There's not too many games tougher, I don't think.
I feel like it is the simplest professional sport on the planet.
What about darts? Mate, if you're allowed to smoke and drink while you play, or a sport, it's fucking not
the lack
hard.
The lack of athleticism. Those guys throwing them darts at little pinballs and they're drunk the whole time. What a game.
And they're not exactly athletically built.
No, they look rats.
Snooker's pretty rank too.
Do you call it a sport?
No, but snooker's weird.
It's fucking sport.
You got to be a weird cat to play snooker. They're all about angles and all these some sort of
physics and maths.
Yeah, all that. I don't know. It's a bit above my head.
It's heavy nerds.
I'm struggling to play pool, let alone the snooker game. There's just too much going on for my head.
But you used to drink and smoke doing that. That was the
So that's what you want to play a sport that you can just.
No, well, Toby said it's the most.
Why are you pointing at me?
But you said it's the most simplest sport, and I've just shut you down.
No, what I mean is
fucking research.
What I mean is, you just want to drink and smoke. The snooker's not simple. I think there's a lot that goes into it. I think you're giving the snooker players a bad rap.
No, I can understand that, but I'm just saying he was saying it's a simple.
When I say simple, I'm not talking about in terms of
tactics.
I'm just talking, obviously, cardio and physical.
We're talking about the run hard, tackle hard.
But in terms of team sports and tactics and all this, the
detail,
the detail in it.
There's more that goes
sport,
into it than where's middle.
Mate, just run and tackle hard.
We just got to help out the edges.
So like soccer and basketball, there's screens and this. We're getting off topic. All right.
Yeah, we are getting far off topic.
No, all right. I take it on board.
Say sorry, Toby. That was terrible.
Yeah, no, I'm sorry.
We forgive you.
Looking back to my run sheet because I'm real professional podcasting stuff. You said before about plumbing. You said before about having your first property was an investment property back in 1986.
East Lakes. 1996.
Well, it's the year I was born.
Yeah. Well, there you go.
Terrible year that was.
Terrible year for the earth.
For the world,
as a whole, yeah.
Happy for you, Brian, but not happy for society.
For me. So you seem to have always been sort of clued on with this sort of businessy and sort of stuff. So where'd that come from? Was it a family thing? Are your brothers and sisters like that?
No.
It's just you?
I think going probably the best thing that I ever did was get the trade.
Yeah.
I think because Super League hit in 95 where you didn't have to work anymore. So before that, boys, we used to train in the afternoons. Yeah. First grade, there wasn't much money around in the game. I think the highest paid player was on about 200, maybe 250.
Back in 96?
Yeah, or 90. No, I'm talking about 94 before Super League.
Oh, okay.
Because Laurie Daly tells a great story. I don't know what he was on, but he said when it all broke, Canberra, that the players were earning 3 times. They got offered 3 times as much.
Yeah.
To go over there. We'll stay here just to stay.
No, they're just Canberra to stay with your club.
Yeah.
Because all those clubs came. So
I heard there were some hugely inflated contracts after that whole saga went down, just to keep the best players and everyone was cutting.
You got a sign-on
and
bonus. I was playing 20s, and I got Gus called us in at Henson Park. There was 5 of us, and they said, "Right, we want to," and we had no idea about Super League. Hadn't broke, and they called us in. And they went, all right, boys, we're going to give you an extra, I think it was extra 25 each. I said to the boys, I said to Gus, what? So you're going to pay us extra on top of our contract? What's this for? Because I ask a lot of questions. I'm quite inquisitive.
I can tell.
Always have been. I don't know why.
Curious kitten.
Yeah. So, that's a good name of that's a good name of a massage parlour.
Strip club?
Curious Kitten.
The Curious Kitten.
Yeah.
There's a place in Melbourne.
Maybe that's an opportunity.
Kittens. Yeah,
maybe that's another opportunity. We can go
that's what I'm thinking. I'm just thinking out. Let's get into another business.
Yeah.
Anywho.
You're so clued on.
The Curious Kitten wants to start the Curious Kitten.
So Gus said to me...
can I invest? Can I be involved?
Of course you can.
Yes.
What did Gus say to you?
So Gus goes, right, boys, here's your 25. And I go, why are we getting this? We just got to sign this and are we locked? Do we get more... is our contract still sweet? And he goes, yeah, because we're all on about 2-year contract. We're probably on about 10 grand each, if that. So all of a sudden you're getting double to stay. And I'm going, what the this is insane. So we sign it. Get home. I was turning 21 in a couple of weeks. I thought, there we go, it's me money.
Schooners are still $1.80.
Yeah.
Pretty much a multi-millionaire these days.
And 2 weeks later, Super League fucking erupts.
Ah, so they got you
And
early.
5 of us just looking at each other. And my manager rang me and said, listen, Monday morning we've got a meeting with Canterbury. They want to sign you on 160,000, whatever it is. Like they want to give you a 3 or 4 year deal. And I went,
Yeah.
I've signed
sorry,
for 10K.
I've signed for fucking
And a cap. I got a fresh hat.
What
with
the
it.
fuck? And I went, I didn't know what was going on.
So what? That bit a bit of a shady deal there.
Well,
from Big
looking
Gus
back on it, I probably could have taken it to court.
to your manager.
How would you have gone about it differently if you had your time over again? Sorry, Gus, what's this all for? What's happening? Would you have inquired more?
Would you ask for more
I
cash?
don't think we did because at that time there was only us 5.
Yeah, I would have just been like,
But when you're getting offered 25
Yeah,
for
of
doing
course.
nothing different,
yeah.
and I'm
If
going,
it's too good to be true, usually it.
yeah, but
Usually it has to
it
be.
worked out okay.
Yeah.
It worked out okay. Like
all the cash from the Roosters.
no, I stayed at the Roosters, but I don't know how I often think about that. If I went to Canterbury, I would have been part of Super League. Yeah,
Everything panned out pretty well for
my
Bryan
life,
Fletcher, though. Hey,
would my life
it's
been
easy
a
to sort
little
of go
bit
down the path of what could have, should have, would have been. But I think you'll be pretty happy where you are.
Yeah,
at the
yeah.
moment.
No,
Yeah.
definitely.
The
But
path unwalked. What is it? What's
like,
that saying?
yeah, might have cost me 150 grand as a 20-year-old. That would have been nice.
That would have been nice. Maybe you would have.
House would have been. I tell you what, a house was in '96. It was 300k for a semi.
Is that what it was?
So I would have had half.
Maybe you would have had too much money at that age and would have pissed it away. Maybe your career would have been the same. You never know.
Never know.
You've already made too much money. Who knows?
You might have had 10 nimble fingers and you wouldn't have got to start anything.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Exactly.
Actually, I want to ask you a question as well
Yeah.
about the footy show back in the day.
Yes.
So I remember you were the sports bet guy for a little bit.
Yes.
Yes.
The Joel Kane.
And I recall saying Tim Cahill's on the show and the soccer player.
Yes.
And he said, all right, so there was the 10 grand kick challenge.
Yes. A kick for cash.
Kick for cash.
I
And
wanted
he's-
to change it for kick for hash. So you kick and you got
get
like a
heaps of
stick of hash.
Yeah.
Well, I wanted to bring that to Fox.
It didn't go well?
Well, no.
Was it BYO hash? Who's getting the hash?
Yeah,
Well,
who's
whoever in the audience.
Oh.
Kick for cash, kick for hash.
So the audience has to source their own hash.
No, I mean, like, who's going to. Do you have a hash dealer on instead?
Yeah.
No, but I would have found someone.
Yeah, you would have
Yeah,
been plugging
yeah.
that guy, yeah.
Yeah.
That's
Yeah,
a great
Tasker.
industry, though,
Yeah.
apparently,
Or
yeah.
kick for pash. Kick
Kick-
for a pash.
yeah, pash would be
You
good.
could pash someone.
Yeah.
Kick for a stash, you grow a
Yeah.
mustache.
Yeah.
Or kick for a rash. You could get a rash off Hindy.
That'd be
You know,
better.
Yeah.
now Hindy's got all that.
I reckon that one would have been the most.
I didn't
That
say it the
one-
other day. It's not
Rank,
nice up
innit?
close, yeah.
Fuck.
Smells.
It smells, doesn't it?
It
Hurt?
smells.
Yeah.
Oh, it's fungus or something.
Yeah, it smells like
it's bacterial.
cheese.
Man, yeah.
Yeah.
Whatever it is.
There's many options for kick. Anyway, sorry.
Kick for pash, kick for stash, kick for cash.
Yeah, and what happened with?
So I remember saying, Tim Cahill saying, I'll do the kick for cash, but because if you choose someone to do it, it's only 1,000. But he said he'll do it for left foot for 10,000.
Gotcha.
And you made the executive decision to go, nah, yeah, Sportsbet said it's sweet ace. Did you get in trouble for that?
Yes.
yeah.
Yes.
I remember
What
saying it
happened? What
live.
was
and I
consequences?
also got in trouble for calling Sportsbet sporting bet, which was an opposition.
Oh, no, there was a sporting bet.
Oh, really?
So when the gambling companies came, sporting bet and sports bet, and I was employed by Sportsbet.
Yeah, I know.
Their rival. My first time on TV, and I said thank you very much to Sporting Bet for the. And I didn't know I said it. I came off, and the bloke who was from Sportsbet's just going, "Fucking idiot."
You're a bit of a Trojan horse, just trying to implode the company from the
Yeah.
inside out.
And
Embezzled.
it sort of made the papers. Anywho, not the first time I'm in the paper.
Probably not the last.
No, I'm better now.
You're better now?
Yeah.
You're all sorted?
Well,
You hide better now.
no.
Too smart.
They reckon the male brain doesn't fully form,
Tier 27?
between 25 and 27. And all my indiscretions I've made were around that age.
I don't know. I've been out with this a couple of times since after that age.
Yeah, do you
and I've
reckon?
seen you do some pretty indescribable things.
Yeah. Not indescribable. We can describe it. We just
It's
can't.
indescribable.
We
Oh,
can't
discreet and discretion.
discreet.
Yeah.
Sorry.
Categorically deny.
Categorically discreet.
But you were with me anyway. You're
Yeah.
fucking with me. So you're.
Yeah. Oh, I can't.
He
I
wasn't,
can't
he wasn't, he wasn't 27 yet, mate. He's not an excuse.
How old are you?
Yeah, I'm 27 now.
Yeah.
Boom, boom. Let's-
it
what are you
happened
doing
before
Saturday?
today.
Let's have a crack.
Fucking oath. Well, you should be better now.
Yeah,
Let's
I
put it
should
to the
be.
test.
Yeah.
Yeah.
He hasn't tested. I'll film.
Yeah.
For my own use, I won't do it discreetly.
Yeah.
Categorically
Describe.
kept to myself. Yeah.
Describing words.
Yeah, 27. So for all those kids out there, you got to get to 27. That's when you
Just make it there unscathed. And
How old are you, Nighty?
yeah, I'm 28. So,
So you're
most of
sweet.
my nonsense happened. Yeah,
Yeah.
last year 27 and that kind of stuff.
Now you're done.
Now I'm done. I'm putting a line in the sand.
Yeah.
Look at
You can still have a blowout here.
I was
and
going to
there.
say, it sounds really fun hanging out with you for the rest of your life. See how
Yeah,
that-
look, I don't want to hang out there ever again. So if we can go the rest of my life without me hanging out at the outside of this studio, that'd be a beautiful time for
Hang
me.
on, whoa.
Whoa.
Mate, we're all
Oh,
friends
man,
here.
hey, we're all here.
I love
in the
that.
middle.
I'm only joking. Just
You said 3 years ago you wanted to do a podcast. I said, yeah, sweat, I'd do it. I didn't want to.
I've dragged you here.
He's dragged me
I've dragged you here.
You
Against
managed
you.
to
You're
get
sweating, so you
yourself-
must be a bit nervous.
I'm always sweating.
Forehead
I'm always
sweaty.
scared. Always on camera scared.
Yeah.
You said to come do it 3 years ago. I never thought you would. You went to rehab. You got your shit together, and now I'm here. And I would just like some appreciation. For
No,
being
I
here.
do. Honestly, I do really appreciate you, and I'm
Good thing.
really.
Why did you pick Toby?
We were living together at the time. It was just
We were living
the
together at
two
the time. We talked
Yeah.
about it, and Toby's a pretty colourful creature, as
Yes.
you're well aware. He's
Very aware.
got a few strings in that bow. I really like hanging
yeah.
out with Toby, and I think the world needs to see what he has under the bonnet.
Yeah.
Sweat.
And yeah, that's on top. That's on the surface. That's a sweaty.
that rash.
That head's full of condensation. There's a bit going on there.
I used to have long hair. I used to be able to brush it back into it, but now
Yeah,
it's not
never
working.
go-
Are
Can
you a
you
mad
please-
sweater?
Heavy, yeah.
Yeah.
Heavy
Even-
as.
I'm a heavy sweater too, but I think he takes
I'm
the
next level,
cake.
man. Yeah, I'm next level sweaty.
Because there's, I think Gowie did it, Craig Gower. He
Oh,
got
the Botox?
Yeah, in his armpits.
What?
Yeah.
Apparently that stopped sweating.
I
Is
need
that-
it in my forehead, though.
Is that a true thing?
The Botox? Yeah, that is a true thing.
Under the armpit? Do you sweat under? Are you a
What's
pit
supposed to
man?
like
I'm more of
close
a
up the
pit and-
ducts?
Pit and forehead?
Yeah.
What about anus sweat?
Anus sweat is not. It's more when I play. It's anus sweat.
Yeah, I think that's
I get
anus.
heavy bum cheek sweat. Yeah.
yeah.
What about when you sit down and you get up and it's just a big wet patch hair? It's like, ew.
Yeah.
And I remember I
that
tackled-
random time where you forget about undies and wearing grey pants and you just got that little patch.
A little brown patch.
Yeah. No, not a brown patch.
Or like a wee stain.
Yeah, but it's clear.
But yeah.
That's the, you got to go to the doctor for that. Hey boys, I do have a hack
Yeah.
about not getting wee stains in your pants.
Roy,
Shake
Try,
it more.
try this
shake it
next
better.
time. Try no, not
Gotta
shaking.
drizzle the snake.
Not shaking.
Before we get into it, you circumcised or uncircumcised?
I'm circumcised.
Gross. Go on.
I want to. I
Gross.
just want to
Gross.
say,
Okay, every
Congratulations.
porno in the world
Yeah.
since pornos have happened.
mate, it's,
Yeah,
it's
are all
good to
gross.
know,
Are
Fletch.
all-
Fletch, it is really an honour to
are
know
all
that your
cir-
parents loved you enough to
Yeah,
make a sacrifice
cir-
for your
circumcised.
well-being
If
and
I
the
had a
future
boy-
of your life.
If I had any boys, they were getting snipped.
Yeah.
Catholicism is famous for two things, and they're both to do with penises, and I won't say the other one.
So anyway, when
Yeah.
after you go to the toilet
Yeah.
and you shake, then if that's your penis,
You put it between your asshole.
no, grab your finger and push your penis back upwards, and then let it go, and that drains to get rid of the excess wee out. Try it. I'm telling you.
How aggressive are we being with the
No,
push?
no,
Are you going in the Jap's eye?
No, not the
It's just
jab
like,
line. Just
like,
push it,
like
just-
this, like, yeah?
Yeah,
And
just
then
push it up
it'll
a little bit.
reload back.
Push it up a little bit because then it gets all that, and then it creates like a vacuum.
Yeah.
And then you pull your finger out, not aggressively, and then
Is it meant to make it sound like?
Nah, won't make a sound. Won't make a sound. Just
okay.
try it.
No.
Just try it, and there's no more
Yeah.
of those awkward wee stains as you walk out of the toilet because everyone looks.
I don't
How
have
much?
those.
I don't know if I had that big of a problem. Like, what were you walking out with? Like a big patch of.
Oh, every time I do, before this, I
How
do.
much-
Wear undies,
how
do you
much-
wear undies?
Sometimes I do. Sometimes
See,
I
if you
don't.
don't, that's where you get in trouble.
You've got
Yeah,
to be
you got to
on
wear
it.
undies. How much drizzle were you left with? Like, I'm really
Just
curious.
like the
a
stains,
dollop.
and I've got a
Big
lot of
dollop?
cream pants.
And you didn't wear undies.
No
That's probably your
Reggies.
first option, I reckon. You could probably bypass the whole.
I do
push
wear
penis
undies,
in.
but sometimes it's just the punnies. They're all dirty, you know.
You'll
Well,
clean them.
from
Yeah,
the brown spots on the back,
no, just rank.
so you don't wipe.
Anyway,
you don't wipe
well-
or shake.
Each their own. Please yourself if you like doing that.
Please, I'll
Please
try it.
yourself?
I have to try it out. Yeah.
I'm still just lost on where the finger goes in terms of the hole in the penis.
It's not actually going in the hole.
Yeah.
If that's the penis,
Yeah.
you're just you're not pushing it right back up. You're just getting a little bit of a.
So you're compressing
and then
it. It's like
you're
an
pressing
accordion.
it in.
Like an accordion.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah, like an accordion. Like an accordion, but you've got to make sure it gets in and then full it out.
Yeah,
and then
yeah,
it drains. I think it's the urethra.
Urethra.
Urethra Franklin. She
Yeah.
was a singer.
She was
Respect.
You ready for Franklin?
all day. R-E-S-P-E-C-T.
R-E-S-P-E-C-T, yeah. She was
I
one
know
of
what it
them.
means to me.
It does.
Yeah. What
Maybe
it
she
means
had
to-
something.
What does it mean to you?
Maybe she
Means,
had-
that means that.
It means
means
a dry
no more
penis
wee stains.
and no more underneath undies.
Urethra Franklin.
Do you feel like you were mutilated as a child? Like that skin being cut off? Like it's a part of you that's never going to grow back. I can be you. You can't be me.
But we've already
but we don't
discussed
need to
this.
be you.
No,
You don't need to, but I have a choice.
But it's disgusting.
Yeah, but so is having a crooked pinky.
Did you have any? I know we had the finger that still haunts my dreams. But any other setbacks? Any other injuries?
Injuries?
In your career?
I broke my foot. That was probably the worst injury.
Yeah.
Knees, cheekbones, but nothing major. Touch wood. No. Like the longest I was out for was probably about 6 weeks.
Oh, that's pretty.
Yeah.
It's pretty lucky in this game.
Because I broke that in the off season, so I only missed. Yeah, I was pretty lucky.
So it falls into the next question. How did you deal with the ups and downs of rugby league? Like, what worked for you in your career? How did you find way out of the downs, especially?
Well,
Yeah,
I don't really get down.
Yeah, you seem like a very jovial
I don't
cat.
really. I understand depression is a real thing, so I'm not.
Yeah.
I'm not denying that, but it sort of when I had my days when I was down, but I just think I used to just get out there and just take it on.
Yeah.
I just used to think to myself, right, if you train harder, or you
Work harder.
work harder and punish yourself a little bit. I still do it now. If I have a big night and I'm out in the piss, the next day I make sure I get up and sort of semi-punish myself.
Really?
To make me feel better. Yeah.
Is that like?
Not punish myself like No.
No. I'm not getting into that. But I mean, like, do you do that? Like, say if you go to sleep 4, 5, 6 in the morning, don't sleep at all. You do it?
Oh no, those days are gone. But
Okay, right.
it makes me feel better.
Yeah.
That I get up and I just
Put yourself in that situation, bit of discomfort.
Because I reckon if you work
get you out of
harder
there.
in your head, you just start thinking, well,
I've
done my right thing here.
Yeah, I get that.
Yeah.
I get that a lot.
Yeah, it's definitely important. Training keeps me on
You have
track.
to.
Yeah, you can't really let that go.
Did you like love playing? Like when you were playing? Because I saw when I read that out, it was only 150 games, but I felt like it would have been more given how much everyone knows your name.
Yeah, so
170, just
170.
170.
Sorry.
I played, so I had about 4 years in reserve grade.
How old were you when you debuted?
I was 22.
Okay, right, yeah.
So we played, I had 3 years in reserve grade before I got first grade. So we had the great Natty Wood who's here. We had a reserve grade side. In those days, it was kids coming up, and then it was the senior first graders coming back. So we had guys, we had internationals playing reserve grade, like Craig Salvatore, Jason Sinclair, Darren Maroon. So our reserve grade side got known as a little bit we were scallywags. Well, we had a great team and it was super fun, but we sort of enjoyed the off-field antics as much as
your football team had a drinking problem. No, your drinking team had a football problem.
Yes, but that was around the time every club was because we weren't professional.
Were you in the House of Grouse? Were you the original?
No, the House of Grouse. I live across the road from the House of Grouse now.
Oh, you do?
Oh, really?
Nah, yeah, but it was different times. There was no scrutiny.
Yeah.
There was no
Scrutiny, no phones.
No, definitely no phones,
Yeah.
and no one gave each other up. Like members of the public. I don't know
Snitch.
I don't know what's happened now.
Yeah.
Everyone's
I think it's that tall poppy syndrome again. They see
Everyone's a
people
fucking-
on TV, people doing well. They get off on like pulling people down. It's a sad way society's moved. I think a lot.
It is, and I think the fact that now media organisations pay.
Yeah,
for
so they get a
videos.
bonus to somehow put someone's life in ruin.
Like,
Obviously,
I
if you're doing
think-
the wrong thing, you're having a beer, like having a laugh, and somehow it's turned into a
The
bit of
Michael Clark thing. Like,
Actually, that just has no right being on media.
like everyone's into Michael Clark and into Carl and that. But what about the fucking low bloke or
Just film it for
Sheila
no reason, eh?
who filmed it
What's that scumbag doing?
and then sells it?
Yeah.
Like, let him have his dramas. Why do
That just
you
gets
have?
forgotten. Why is it out there? Like, it should never be out there.
That's why I
It's a
don't
lot
like
of-
those
it's a-
WhatsApp groups. When people send things around about, the Angus Crichton stuff.
Yeah.
So all my mates were texting, and I blew up, and I said, "Boys, you're all wrong," or because everyone got.
Everyone hears a rumor or some bullshit,
then they just keep
spread
going on
it
with it.
spreads like wildfire. Like,
And they
and
forward
90% of
it.
it's nonsense. But someone going through personal issues that's somehow made public by someone with a phone, and
Correct.
they comes talking about it and they send other stuff on it. It's like probably a massive problem in the world right now that nothing stays private. Everyone thinks they're entitled to information that has nothing to do with them.
Well, I think it makes them feel better.
Yeah,
'cause
and
they've
they
got
get,
issues
they
and
get to
go,
push their opinions on someone else's
Correct.
lives, and they stop thinking about their own shit for a little bit, and then they can get off on sending it around, and they're talking rumors, and it's
Yeah.
just gossip. And honestly, I can't fucking stand it.
And it probably, when you open the Telegraph on a Sunday, it's been proven, like Buzz Rothfield's actually even said that, people go to the first page they go to is Buzz Rothfield's scandal. They go, righto.
Yeah.
And like he's reporting on it, but people just,
gives them a little tingle.
people love.
Misery. They like
Yeah.
negative clickbait. You know?
Yeah,
It's
and as long as it's not
rarely,
them.
yeah,
As long as-
exactly. Like you never hear about a rugby league player going to hospital and spending their own time on weekends with sick kids and handing out presents. But like if someone was pissed in a club, fuck, what a pig.
Yeah,
He's had 12 beers and he's looking a bit worse for wear. Oh, that's atrocious.
That's right.
Like, what world is that? That makes
Well, I think it is.
It is,
It's a world where more and more people give each other up. Where
It's the age of outrage.
the age of
90,
outrage.
back in the 90s, no one gave each other up.
Everyone was trying to have fun back then, I guess.
Well, you're just
as well.
having fun and
No iPhones and no social
Yeah.
media. TikTok wasn't
Heaps of
around.
buns.
Yeah.
yeah.
What's a bun?
Brian probably describe it best.
Well, I don't know
Like
what
a
I'm talking
like a
about.
hot dog
That'll
bun.
be
Anyway,
Cheeseburger bun. How's the grouse?
mate, I heard a story about you with Russell Crowe.
yeah.
The famous Russell Crowe story. I think I'd love to hear. I didn't hear too much about it. I just heard it was quite.
How long have we got?
Exactly
Steve
right.
Jobs and his brother Ed.
Ed Jobs?
Ed Jobs.
No, hand. Hand.
Oh yeah, that's the Swedish cousin.
Yeah.
Hans.
Yeah,
The
Hans,
Swedish sweaty
yeah.
cousin.
Hans.
You look a bit like a Hans.
Job.
You could be a Hans. Hans Joel.
Hans
Like,
Jobs, yeah.
Hans Jobbies.
Edward and Hans.
Yeah.
Okay. I'll give you the quick one.
Do your best.
So, I've told this a few times. Now I won't be able to tell this at fucking my functions. You know, my sportsman's. That's just where I get my folding.
No one's
I
gonna
don't
be,
get folding.
no one listens
I
to
get
us
my-
yet.
I get-
Mate. Don't worry
You
about that.
asked me for folding.
We're the only ones that listen to our own
that out.
podcast. You're safe. Don't worry
Yeah,
about
me and my mum. That's literally the whole audience.
So, 2003, I'd signed with the Bunnies after premiership success at the Roosters. It was round 9, and we hadn't won a game at South. We were pretty average team. Not me.
You were captain of that team, were you? Were
I
you
was captain. I was captain.
Yeah,
Yeah,
captain of
we
the-
struggled a little bit, but Russell Crowe. We hadn't met Russell Crowe. He certainly didn't own the club, and I'd seen him on TV at the games, on the big screen. Anyway, I get a phone call one day. Now, before I get into this phone call, at the same time where I live in Bondi, Waverley Council were doing a program for mentally challenged men.
Yeah.
And my guy, his name was Russell, and he had no frontal lobe, which meant he forgot shit. So the phone rang one day, and I pick it up. Fletch. I go, yep. And he goes, it's Russell. I thought it was my Russell. Hello, Russell. Mate, you did a terrific job on my lawns, but you don't have to come back for a month. And I was thinking it was the front lobe rot that he's forgetting stuff. And I said... And then he said, no, Fletch, it's Russell. And I went, yes, I know Russell. How's Deb and the kids? Just make sure that you come back in a month's time. And then he goes, nah, it's Russell Crowe. And I'm thinking, fuck, it's Woodsy. Funny that he's here. Because Woodsy used to pretend to be a journo and suck information out of you. So I thought it was Woodsy on the other line, not fucking Russell Crowe. So... I'm going, how are you, Rusty? Good on you, Rusty boy. How's Meg Ryan? Because he was going out with Meg Ryan at the time.
Yeah.
I said, how's Meg Ryan? She's still taking up the arse. And then the voice changed. And he went, hey, it's Fletch. He said, Fletch, it's Russell Crowe. And I've just gone, fuck me. Like I could tell by the voice. Yeah. And I went, sorry. Sorry, Russell. Sorry.
Hey, buddy.
And I was backpedaling heavy. And he goes, hey, tell the boys to wear some good clobber. We're going somewhere on Wednesday, and hung the phone up. So it was a Monday, so I had to ring around to the players. So I was ringing to the boys, and they go, where are we going, Fletch? And I said, look, I don't know. But then the question kept coming up, Fletch, where are we going? By the time I got to the 6th and 7th player. But Russell had promised the team in 2002, when Bunnies got back in the comp, he said he'd take that team to Playboy Mansion if they made the 8. So my mind starts to wander. And Paul Stringer said, well, where are we going? And I said, look, I don't know, String, but we might be going to Playboy Mansion. By the time I rang Nathan Merritt and Johnny Sutton, who were babies, I said, boys, we're going to Playboy Mansion on Wednesday. It's going to be unreal. So Wednesday rolls around. We were terrible, right? Hadn't won a game. But to this day, it was the best training session I've ever been involved with. Yeah. Because we were fucking hopeless, but we're just firing 30-metre balls, catching them one air. We're kicking, it was just, everything was humming because we think we're going to the mansion.
Is there a mansion in Australia? Isn't there only in America?
LA.
So you thought you were getting a flight to LA straight after the game?
Mate, this is how my mind rolls.
Go on.
So it's now Monday. It's now Wednesday. We're in Redfern Oval, the old Redfern, and we're putting jeans on, and we're talking about, who's your favourite?
What are we going to do when we get there?
Who's your favourite Playboy bunny? Is it Crystal? Is it Kendra? Is it Helen?
Yeah.
I don't know if Helen existed, but I reckon she'd be hot. And then Nath Merritt said, "Oh, Fletch, I don't have a passport." And you could hear a pin drop. The boys just fucking looked at me, and I said, "Nath, don't need one. Private jet. we take off from Russell's joint, and we land in the compound in LA. No customs." No one cares. We are in. And they go, "Fuck, you're right, Fletch." And I went, "Fucking oath, I'm right." So then we get ready to go and about to get on the bus. And one of the boys goes, "Fletch, it's Wednesday. We're playing Melbourne on this. We play Melbourne Sunday. We've got to be back at training tomorrow at 8 a.m. Hear a pin drop. The boys all looked at me and I went, "Time difference." So, boys, we fly to LA. We come back in 24 hours. We get there on a Tuesday. We come back. It's Wednesday. We're all sweet. They go, "Fuck, you're right, Fletch." "I know I'm right." So we get on the bus and we think we're ready to roll. We're going to Mascot. So we come out of Chalmers Street. We're going left. I think we're going to go left back to Mascot, but we continue down Elizabeth all the way down to Woolloomooloo.
Yeah.
So we're not going to the mansion. Where we are going
Heartbreaking.
is Russell's house.
Yeah.
So Russell lived above the hotel, and we weren't going to his house. We're going underneath his house into a function room. So we get ushered into this room, and it's just one room, but it's separated by those partitions you have at school, the bifold.
Yep.
So we're just sitting there, and there's 17 places set out, and we just sit down. We're waiting for about 15 minutes, and then out from a curtain comes Russell Crowe.
Curtain.
He was up on stage, and this black curtain. It was so weird.
Yeah.
But he comes out, and he just starts, giving us a bit of a motivational speech. He said, "Boys, you haven't gone that great. I've watched pretty much every game." And he was a bona fide Hollywood star at the time.
Gladiator was just out, wasn't it?
Yeah. Gladiator, I think, came out in 2000, so he'd won an Academy Award and everything.
He was already right up there, yeah.
Yeah, and he said, "Boys, look, I know you're not going great, but I brought you in some guys for a bit of motivation." And out came Shane Warne and Merv Hughes. And they were quite entertaining, had a chat, and then they'd go back behind the curtain and just sit behind there while we were having dinner, which was weird.
Sounds so weird.
Why didn't they join you for dinner?
I don't know.
Go on.
Then Russell comes out again from the stage, and he's got his arm behind his back, and he goes, "Boys, this has helped me when I've been in my lowest ebb." And he pulled out a bottle of Absinthe.
I thought it was my Oscar.
No, fuck. That came later. So the bottle of Absinthe, I don't know, have you ever heard of it?
Yeah, I heard of it. Had some.
It's called Green. Yeah, but this
The
is
Green Fairy or
worm?
something?
Green Furry.
The Green Fairy?
Green Fairy.
Yeah.
But this
Tastes
was
like-
the one from Hungary, which is banned in Australia.
that
You
like
hallucinate on it.
Seen like movies and stuff. Like, is it like
Van
a
Gogh-
fluoro type
Van
colour,
Gogh,
yeah?
the painter, got onto it so heavily, cut his ear off, then took it to a brothel.
The ear or the
The
absinthe?
ear. Took his ear to a poly.
For
and
what?
wanted it buried in the grounds of a poly because it does some weird shit there.
That does sound like play on.
How did you know that? Like, I've heard Russell Crowe's Van Gogh ear story for fucking years.
Yeah.
And I've never heard he took it to a poly and tried to
took
get
it
it
to a
buried.
poly.
How do you know?
Because I just fucking do research.
Unlike us in this
Unlike you
podcast.
two today. Took his ear. So if you ever get on this Absinthe, be careful. Don't
Yeah.
go anywhere near Camperdown because there's a couple there that I know of.
With the ears in the ground?
So he comes out and he's hanging there and he comes off the stage.
Yeah.
And he gets the girl, the waitress comes out, and he pours 17 shot glasses
Yep.
of this Absinthe. And the boys will look at me and I go, "Boys, one's not going to hurt." I gave them the eye. Bang. We have it. 11 bottles later.
11 bottles of the same.
11 bottles. We just kept sending him up.
Yeah.
Russell's got this PA called Keith or Kevin, I can't remember his name, but he used to go up and get the So we are fucking cooked.
Kick Kevin after
We're
about
blind,
10
right?
shots,
We're having
yeah.
a grouse time. There's a DJ there, and we're all fucking going fucking grouse. Then he grabs me, right? The music is blaring, and he grabs me, and he came down. Warnie's gone home, and Merv's gone home, but Russell had come down. Was really entertaining, talking about like Hollywood and stuff like that. And then he goes, "Hey, Fletch, get your best defender." And I couldn't really hear because the music's blaring. It's like, and I go, what do you mean getting best defender? And he goes, "I want to have a game of footy 2-on-2. And I go, "What?" And Paul Stringer happened to be there, so I just grabbed Stringer and I just, let's just humour him.
Yeah.
And Russ, and I go, "All right, Russ, let's do it. Let's go," because I wanted to get back over to the bar where the boys are going mad.
Yeah.
And I go, "Right, I've got String. Who's your partner?" And he goes, "I've got Keith or Kevin, who was his PA.
Yeah.
About 5'2". And I said, righto, let's just do it.
Same height as Damien Cook.
So, yes, same as Cookie. Keith runs upstairs, gets the footy, comes back down. I go, right, let's just do it. Get it over and done with. So Russell gets the ball and runs at me. And I tackle him how I have my whole career, right? And I miss him. And then he runs behind and dives on the carpet like scoring a try under an imaginary set of posts. Like dives.
Yeah.
And I go, hey, good one, Russie.
Yeah.
Let him go. I thought that it was over. I take 2 steps, then bang, comes behind me, shoulder charges me. Yeah, you fucking dog. I went, sorry? He goes, you fucking coward. I knew we should never have signed you. 9 rounds, you're the captain. You are fucking South Sydney's worst ever captain. You are South Sydney's worst ever buy.
So you'd hate him if he's speaking the truth?
That's a pretty big
Well,
confidence
mate, he was right. He didn't say it to my face, though. But he's screaming, right? Screaming. And all the boys are there going, what the fuck are you doing? And then this is where the absinthe hits in. And I went, fucking righto, Russ, let's just do this again. I just fucking clicked. So he's filming Master and Commander. He had the beautiful blonde ponytail. I said, keep going. He walked back 10 minutes back. I said, keep going. So I sent him back to the room, and then he pushes off, right? And then he's running at me. And you know when like you're in Centennial Park and you're sitting in your car and your pants around your ankles and there's girls that run around and their blonde ponytails are going from left to right and you're sort of watching them.
Yeah, it happens all the time. Yeah.
You get hypnotised.
Yeah. Once a week that happens to me, unfortunately.
all the time.
Well, anyway, I'm hypnotised by this blonde ponytail going from left to right.
Yeah.
Were your pants around the ankles?
No. I'm just going to zero in on this fucking cunt. And I knew he didn't have a tip on him. And I knew Keith or Kevin was too far back for support.
No one was there pushing.
No one was pushing. Russell had the ball in one arm. He wasn't going to pass it.
You read the play.
Read the play.
Yeah.
Everything I learned about defence came to me like that. Get off your line. First 3 steps.
Step in.
Get him on my arc. Get on the arc. Get him on a good shoulder. Jam him into my corner. I'm going to control the narrative here. So as he's come, I'm just sprint off the line. I get underneath him. Textbooked perfect.
Yeah.
Technique is, and I hit him underneath the ribs and I could feel the air come out of it. And he goes, oosh. And then I pick one leg up and I'm driving him back for what seems like an eternity. And I'm just thinking about all those bad things like Father Tom did me in year 5, right? And I think, I'm just going to fucking hammer you.
Yeah, fuck you, Father Tom.
Anyway, I picked him
For
up.
you, Tommy!
And I'm driving him back and I'm just fucking going to give it to him. And all of a sudden, just goes, so that bifold door, I've just put him through it. So I was made of gyprock, right? I've just literally put him straight through. It looked like, you wouldn't know, you're a bit too young, but
Bugs Bunny?
No, Get Smart.
Oh yeah.
The shot like
Yeah.
the perfect
The cutout of the
like
human.
his ponytail was it, and I put him through it like that, right? And it's just a fucking wall of gyprock dust, and there's aluminium stud, and there's all conduit hanging down, and I sort of come to, right, and the dust clears, and I go, fuck me, I've killed the gladiator. And I've split him underneath his eye. He's got claret coming out. And then I hear, Russell. And it was fucking Keith trying to get to Russell to help him. And I fuck him off out of the way. I pick up Russell. And his hair's come out now of his ponytail. So he looked like Cousin It. All his hair was over. And the boys are just, the teammates are just looking, going, what are you doing? So I pick him up, right? And I'm looking at him straight in the eyes. And then he just goes, that's the fucking South Sydney spirit. Glory. So we all have a mad rumble, right? Mad stacks on. We're going, and Russell's going mad. We're going mad. We go up the Sugar Reef, up the cross, and till 6 a.m. on the Thursday. And we play Melbourne on the Saturday with all their stars.
How'd you go?
We won 44-10.
Of course you did.
And we didn't win another game all year.
It wasn't enough absinthe fueled nights.
That's right.
You must have run out.
Then that year I made Origin, and Russell opened the door. There was a knock on the door. It wasn't Russell, but there was a delivery guy with a case of absinthe.
No way.
Yep,
Wow.
still got a bottle.
Yeah, it was.
Save that for a rainy day.
I'm glad that was the quick version of the story.
Sorry, yeah.
Yeah, nah, fuck,
I would hate to see how that story can be
Well,
extended.
Dan's fucking give me the wind up.
Yeah.
Fuck off, Dan.
We'll wrap it up. That was actually a great story, mate. We just have one final question. If you could give 18-year-old Bryan Fletcher one piece of advice, what would it be?
Get involved in Bitcoin.
That's wise. That's
wise words out there.
Yeah.
Anyone listening?
18.
I think that's fair advice. Just leave it at that.
No, that's
really,
financially, but if you want something deep
advice?
and meaningful.
Yeah, some deep and meaningful.
You know what I would say?
Kids out there having a crack, trying to make
As an
their way.
18-year-old, you don't know everything. Ask your coaches, learn off your coaches or your parents, but you don't know anything at 18. You think you do?
Ask Father Tom.
Ask Father Tom. I think he's fucking gone now, Father Tom.
Yeah.
It's locked up somewhere. But yeah, listen to your coaches and listen to your parents more, because at 18, you think you're fucking the grouse.
I think you're 6 foot tall, bulletproof.
You're not the grouse.
Yeah. Yeah.
They've walked in your shoes.
Yeah, it's a massive thing I probably learned. You start listening to people. They probably have better advice than you. You think you have all the answers when you haven't lived shit.
Do you want to ask the Unstuck thing?
Yeah, you can ask that one.
Well, I wanted to ask the pub thing, but I'll have to leave that for now. I think we're out of time. But is there any point in your life where you felt you were sort of just stuck between a rock and a hard place, and did you do anything in particular to get yourself unstuck, your back against the wall, that type
Maybe
of
the
thing?
end of your career, what was going on?
It probably was at a training session where, like I said, I played reserve grade for a long time, and Gus pulled me up one day and just said, mate, you're going to train with the first graders. And I went, oh, okay, sweet. Deep down, I was a bit nervous.
Yeah.
But then I was at the training session, and a lot of the forwards couldn't pass left to right.
Yeah.
And they just, it looked awkward. I'm going, I thought they were G'ing up, a couple of them. Because I'd never trained with the first grade squad before. And I'm going, why can't these blokes do this? And then I did it, and they went, oh, what a ball. And I'm thinking to myself, I thought they were fucking taking the piss.
Yeah.
I went, oh, good one.
Yeah.
But they honestly, then I started to realise, I said, oh, fuck, they're not as...
Skillful.
No, not skillful. This is not as hard as I imagined.
Yeah, okay,
you know, out in the field, it's a quicker game playing first grade. So I was always thinking, oh, happy in reserve grade. You know, that's a big step up. But then there was the moment where then I made my debut, and we were down in Illawarra, and I went, I shouldn't be as worried as I'm thinking, because I know I could play at this level. And then that was it. That was probably, there was a moment, it was that one training session where I realised that I belonged at playing in that team.
Shit, yeah.
That's awesome.
That's a really nice
Never went back to reserve grade after that.
Yeah, right.
Just
Nice.
shifted your mindset.
Nat, remember that time? Nat goes, you'll play for Australia. And I went, no, I fucking won't. And he goes, yes, you will. And we were sitting in the dressing room after he took tape off, and he said, if I get this into the bin, you'll play for Australia. And he picked it up. And then on the Friday, they announced the team. And I was in the test side.
Did you get it in the bin?
He got in the bin.
Nice, Natty.
Your success is probably due to that.
Fucking
lucky
oath
shot,
it was. Yeah.
Oh, mate, that's awesome.
Outstanding.
Little shift in mindset, making you believe you're good
Correct.
enough. So you got to make yourself believe you're good enough, and then you can.
Yeah, your mind's a powerful thing.
It is, mate.
So is Bitcoin.
Yeah.
And Father Tom.
And absinthe, apparently.
Yeah, and
Absinthe.
Absinthe.
Van Gogh, look it up.
Van Gogh.
Google.
Lost his ear.
Google lost ear. What did he do with it?
Yeah. Oh,
Buried
mate.
it in a Polly's background.
Sounds mad.
Mate,
Well, I'll take your word for it.
We're gonna have to wrap that up, mate. But we really do appreciate you coming on and sharing
Pleasure,
some
boys.
insightful stories.
Thanks, Ed.
Yeah. Cheers, brother.
Thank you very
Thanks for
much.
coming.
Like and subscribe.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Done.
This podcast was made by Afternoon Sport Group.